Good morning, everybody. Sorry, everything's a little bit insane this morning. I haven't stopped since I woke up, so bear with me. I'm still rather unorganised. Okay, let me see who's in chat today. Rose will be along shortly. She's just sorting our lovely Kenzie out, who woke up a little bit late this morning. Good morning, Gammy, Cindy, Ange, Sarah, Amber, Emily, Jeremy, Christopher. Who else have we got? And thank you very much for the birthday wishes. It's been a crazy,
is it
crazy
today?
morning. It's today.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. Hi, Kath. Woke up to needing to change out a quarter of a fish tank and spilling water all over my floor as I was doing it. I still have dishes in the sink. The neighbours, we have a special needs unit next door to us, and one of the residents there is going off tap today. So it's a fun morning. But we get there. So how is everybody this morning? And I would like to introduce everyone to Hannah. Hannah's going to be talking a bit about, you'll have to bear with me because I can't remember. I have so much going through the brain at the moment. It's through the LGBTQ, your journey?
Yeah,
that's right. I didn't want to say the wrong thing. But we'll wait till Rose. No, Rose is sorting out Miss Mackenzie. She is on the mend, thank goodness. Thank you. Oh, not good, Lisa. Go rest. You can always catch the replay. Mel, turn on the heat. I think you need it. Thank you, guys. I feel very spoilt today. So before we start on talking with Hannah, has anyone got any business chat for me? Throw the questions at me because you've only got a half an hour, guys, and then it's zip it for till the next time. Lisa, I will send that quote off to you sometime today. I just haven't had time to. Obviously, it's a good day. There's no business questions. Are you being nice to me because it's my birthday? I don't mind that. On a different note, as you'll notice behind me, I turn my camera. Look what's on my wall. That is a
that
DP.
looks amazing.
That is a DP with normal drills and crystal drills. That is Dale Crossley's Cosmic Wave. I finally finished it last night. If I had to do it over, there's a couple of things I would change in the sun. I would have actually put probably glow in the darks in the center in the white, maybe on the board and in the wave just to bring it out a bit. But that's this was a tester that I got done because my supplier told me you couldn't mix drill mediums. I'll have to send her a photo and tell her she's totally wrong. So that may change things. I've been told by a number of suppliers you can't mix crystal drills with normal drills, and they don't realise you can. So there is a new one, and I'm not going to tell you what it is until I start it. Those that were in Rose's room last night, I finally graced the room, and they saw me kitting up the canvas. But I'll tell you what it is when I start doing it. Thank you, Sarah. It does look amazing. And if anyone was considering getting it, I'd say to them, definitely get it because it's an amazing piece of art. Yeah, but they don't like to admit you can, Kath. I like to prove them wrong. If you tell me I can't do something, I will usually try and do it. Thank you, Diane, and hi to you as well. Yes, and the other news is, Christopher, I think they're under the cabbage patch, honestly. The news is tomorrow we will have TJ on live. Now he is going to be turning a pen. And Emily, I do need to speak to you and TJ at some stage about a design I want done. I'm just going to ignore them in future and tell them to do what I want them to do. They don't have a choice. But I've decided from now on, if I want to mix mediums, I can order them like that, or I can order in the drills. And I have started to order in the drills to start doing my own blinging up. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, Ange. Thank you, Christopher. Okay, Ange, there's 2 answers to that. Not a problem. I do have an appointment at 1 o'clock, so I have a very limited time window because I've got lots to do today. And the answer on the second one is yes. But I'll talk to you after the live. Don't do anything about it yet. I'll talk to you after the live. Oh, Christopher, I'm gonna buy a big whip, and I'm gonna crack it with the suppliers. I already have started doing that. Trust me. Yeah, so Rose will be along shortly. They all slept in today, so Kenzie is still had to be changed and breakfast and all the rest of it. So Hannah, what are you working on at the moment?
I'm working on a Craftibly kit. It's Black Hole in the Milky Way. It's like it's an image of a woman who's wearing a hat that kind of looks like a black hole, and then she's got planets that she's eating. Yeah.
Yes, Gammy, if you purchase sealant, because that comes from here, and I actually produce that myself, you need to pay for shipping. I've kept the shipping costs down as much as possible, but it is very good sealant. Sounds interesting. Oh, she snuck in. She snuck in.
And she came around. Oh, what a morning. Good morning,
I did. The highlight of my morning, people, now she's in chat, was I spoke to Rose on the phone about a message she'd sent me. And I got a lovely happy birthday sung to me on the phone.
At least it was in tune.
Yes, after the morning I had, I actually needed that. Yes, but yes, Gammy, you do need to pay for shipping. I can't avoid not paying for shipping on those sorts of things, unfortunately.
Oh,
The canvases we can.
Sorry I'm late. It's been a hell of a
Hey,
morning.
it's better late than never.
Yeah, we all slept in because Kenzie's got no school today. So we've all slept in, which was good. Woke up to the price of the car, which wasn't so good.
Hey, Rose.
And I woke up to no hives.
That's even better. Have a look behind me.
Oh, wow. Oh, we lost Hannah.
She'll be back. Isn't that spectacular?
All right, let me just say hello to everybody. That looks amazing. He's going to love it. Have you sent a photo to David?
I haven't had time yet. I didn't finish it till nearly midnight last night. So, but I will send a photo to him.
Yeah. Hi, Gammy. Good morning.
Oh, Chris, are you blocking people, are you?
Good morning, Angie. Sarah Jones, good morning. Amber, good morning. Emily, good morning again. I've already spoken to Emily this morning. Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning, Squishy. Good morning, Tessa. Good morning, Mel. Who am I missing? Good morning, Kath. I'm scrolling quickly down, guys. If I miss you, I'm so sorry. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Gwenda. Nice to see your smiley face. Good morning, Tijuana. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning, Sarah Bryce. And I think I might be caught up. Good morning.
It's a mouthful of the good mornings.
Yeah. So we'll get this out of the way. Yes, my back is on the mend. I'm feeling better. My hives are not like literally. I have none. We think we're on the right track. Touch wood. Hope to the universe. We have the lovely Hannah with us this morning, who's going to share a story of for Pride with us. And we ask that you guys be considerate and patient and understanding, like we all know you are. So yeah, who got blocked?
Gammy accidentally got blocked by Chris because he dropped his phone. That's the excuse he's using. No, he fixed it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Awesome, Jeremy.
Oh, awesome. Please keep us posted, Jim. Not a glitch. Good morning, Jane.
Good morning, Jane.
How are you feeling, Hannah?
Oh, good morning, the beautiful apple pie, you cranky little bird.
Apple pie. How are you, Hannah?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Yeah.
You're doing okay. Sorry, it's a bit chaotic this morning. Last night was the first night I've been able to sit up out of bed and not be laying flat for 3 days. So hubby and I sat up and I had the heat pack on and I was gaming. We were gaming and watching the new Star Trek with Captain Pike, and yeah, we had lots of fun.
The new Star Trek?
Yeah, it's new Star Trek on Prime, I think it's on.
I will tell you now, twist while playing that, and I'm going to kick your butt.
No, I was very, very careful how I sat. Not going through this again anytime soon. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Nick, and thank you very much.
So, happy birthday, my beautiful friend. I would be so lost without you. You are amazing. Yes, we don't always agree on everything, but I love you to bits. And Rory and I wish you the happiest of days.
Thank you.
And our present is apparently in the country, so hopefully it'll be there soon.
I have got notifications, but anyone that's like, I know Rachel and Palmy's and Tessa's is almost on the doorstep. We have a public holiday here today. So
Ours is
anything that's
Monday.
sitting there, it won't get it until Monday. So they arrive when they arrive. I understand the mail side of things, shipping side of things. Don't understand mails at all, but that's a different story. I understand the shipping side of things is a pain in the butt, and we all want things to arrive when they arrive. But sometimes it just can't happen the way we want it to happen. So it arrives when they arrive.
It does. I'm just clearing messages. I haven't even checked barely checked my phone this morning. It's just
I've had a crazy morning. I have really have.
Ours is the car. Oh, the car. It's our biggest headache right now.
Yeah, well, you need to do what you were talking about, and hopefully you'll be able to do that.
Yeah. Right. Let's start this off, shall we? Probably. Yeah. Welcome, Hannah, to the channel. I'm sorry it's an insane morning, but as you've probably gathered, we do not script anything. Our channel is pretty much, we take it as we go. So tell us a little bit about you first, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, well, thank you to the group. I actually am new to this group. I only started joining the lives like a week ago, and I only got my first order from you all like a week ago. Haven't had a chance to start yet, but yeah, I like the energy in the group, and I've really been enjoying it. So about me, so I volunteered because Rose was saying that for Pride it would be cool to have someone talk about LGBTQ experience in America, especially with all of the laws that are being passed and everything here. And so I thought I'd volunteer. I live in Chicago, and so I identify as gay, and my fiance, Claire, she is trans, and she just had her transition surgery 6 weeks ago. So we have been going through it with all of that. I mean, it's a really major surgery, and she's still in bed at this point. So we had to go to another state for the surgery, just in order to get to a good surgeon. So we were in New York City for like a month. And then now we're back home in Chicago, and she's recovering. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know what all you all want to know about, but I guess my background with like my journey is I am from a small town, really conservative, and I actually don't think I ever heard anyone even say out loud that it was okay to be gay or anything like that until I was an adult. And I went to a conservative Christian college as well, where you actually get kicked out of the school if you were in any way LGBT, and it was a rough time. Like one of my friends actually died by suicide right after graduation because he had such a hard time there. He had told some people, and it was just everyone was just telling him. I mean, some of his friends his own age were supportive, but all of the adults, professors, were saying that there was no way that he could be gay and Christian, and he didn't have a way through. I think that, I mean, I was also really depressed during college, and I didn't know why. I had no idea about my sexuality in college. I think it was just completely blocked out in that environment. And I look at his situation, I think about the pressure I would have faced if I'd been aware. And yeah, I mean, and just like, it's a religious college, and in America that means that they're allowed to set their own rules about these things, and none of those rules have changed in the 15 years since I graduated. So you can still get kicked out of the school for not for saying that you experience same-sex attraction, because then like maybe they support like conversion therapy and things like that, but if you if you go on a date or anything like that, then you get kicked out of the school, and that's completely legal in the United States as long as it's a private religious institution. So I left to go to grad school. I was getting my PhD in philosophy, actually, and I moved to Chicago, and it was a whole different world for me. That's the first time I ever actually met anyone who was openly LGBTQ, and so then after some years of that, I was able to see it in myself, and then I was able to come out. And for me, it was that like as soon as I realized it, I was coming out within a couple of weeks. I just, I went from like super repressed to just like super out, and that was, it was wonderful. And it happened at the right time, because my family, they had a hard time at first, but they had been starting to think about things differently, and at this point they're extremely supportive. My mom even came to New York with us to help out during Claire's surgery. Her family is supportive too, even though they also had no idea that she was trans or what it even meant to be trans. So we're very lucky in that we have family support. I haven't taken a look at the chat at all. I don't know what
they're all
people have.
They're all just talking about you actually right now. So did Claire have top surgery, did she?
So she has grown her own boobs through hormones. So they're very nice. We're happy.
Yes.
So she was getting her bottom surgery.
Oh, no wonder she's so sore. Yes, I've got a couple of friends who've been through it.
Yeah, we actually, this is the other thing that's hard about it. We didn't know anybody in person who had gone through it. So she's chatted with a lot of people online, but we actually didn't have any like firsthand experience with friends or anything. So of the trans friends that she knows, she's actually farther along in transition than they are, and so she was kind of the first one to go through it. And we actually had to wait for years, and her surgery kept getting rescheduled because of COVID. And so and we had this like super tense thing where we went to New York, we were all ready for the surgery, it was scheduled, but she had to pass a COVID test before or would get canceled again, and luckily she passed. So when one of the other people she met online failed her COVID test before her surgery and got it canceled.
Oh no.
Twice.
Because it's quite a workup emotionally and mentally to prepare yourself for any type of gender reassignment surgery. And like I've got a couple of friends. TikTok has an amazing trans community, by the way. So if she's not on there already, highly recommend the trans community. Yeah. I probably would have gone actually seen her probably, because I am part of that community, not because I'm trans, but because I'm an ally, is what they call me, I think. And I know, having spoken to a few of them, that the work up to it alone is a journey, and then to be told you can't have it because of COVID would be devastating.
I mean, it's been hard enough. I mean, Claire was already on a waiting list before we even started dating, and we met online, and then she finally got a date for her consultation, and then that got canceled because of COVID, and she got a date for her surgery, and that got canceled, and so it's been we've been together for 3 years, and she only just now finally had her
Oh,
surgery.
wow.
And I mean, we're still in a rough part of the recovery where she's not allowed to be up and around at all. But we're past all the scary parts, which is good. So
yes.
And
Well, please
there were
tell
no
her we wish
emergency room
her.
visits afterwards, so
Oh,
we're
yeah.
doing it. But yeah, it's a lot.
Please tell her we wish her the most speediest recovery, and we're very proud of her because we know it's a very strong journey for you both, and we're very proud of you both. And pretty much welcome to our family, because now you're part of our family. Yeah. So you're like the whole Christian thing. Like I'll transparency, this group all knows, and you've probably caught wind of it anyway. I'm not Christian. I'm very much a pagan, Celtic pagan. I'm spiritually minded and stuff. So in my religious world, being gay or trans is not an issue at all. Like you are accepted for who you are. As far as like my religion side of things is what you have between your legs is not my business. Who you sleep with isn't my business. If you want to share like you are sharing right now, that's up to you. And that's how we feel about it, and that's pretty much how a lot of the people in this group feel about it as well. The laws, have you been affected by the new laws coming in?
No, not yet. I mean, the thing is, like, one thing about American politics is that most of the laws about LGBTQ issues are set by states. And so you can have completely different rights in one state versus the state next door. You can drive an hour and then have completely different laws. So what we're seeing right now is a huge push of a lot of conservative state legislatures, especially passing a lot of laws that apply to their state. And one of the things that's really hard about it is that they're mostly affecting children right now, which is just like really rough to see. So yeah, like they're especially going after trans kids, which is, that's really the big boogeyman, I feel like, in American politics right now. Is like everyone's going after trans people, even some other people in the gay community. And it's something that a lot of conservatives can organize around and win elections around. And so, like, the laws themselves haven't affected us because, so Chicago is in Illinois, which outside of the city of Chicago can be very conservative, like the college that I went to. But the city of Chicago is big enough and has enough power in the state legislature that we're really not in danger of having these laws passed here, we don't think. But we're still flooded with it every day online. I think that's been some of the hardest part, especially for Claire. It's just the internet, social media, and the news is just flooded with anti-trans things all the time. And she feels like she's just a person who's being seen as a villain by all these people who don't even know her, and trans women especially are being portrayed as just villains, predators. And so I know that's affected her deeply in terms of just like how she has felt going outside, interacting with people when she travels from state to state. She's really careful about what gas stations she goes to because she knows which restrooms, like which gas stations have, gendered restrooms and which ones don't, because she doesn't, there is a real threat of violence, it's particularly for people of color, for women of color, trans women of color. I think we've had 3 Black trans women who've been murdered in Chicago alone just this year.
That is totally disgraceful.
it's all over the country. I don't know what it's like in Australia and where everyone else is, but in the
Not like
US,
that.
it's really, trans women are murdered, you know, very regularly, and especially trans women of color. And there's that fear of, you know, Claire usually passes. She's not, it's not as if like everyone who sees her immediately notices that she's trans necessarily, but there's always that fear of being in the wrong place. And especially when she speaks, she's worried that her voice will reveal her, and then she could end up in a dangerous situation if she is somewhere where people don't think she should be. And and she has had people like look over the bathroom stall while she's in it, in a public bathroom, and shout at her. So it's just
That's disgusting.
It's really, I don't know, it's very, one of the things too that's happening that's really disturbing with some of the laws here and some of the state laws is a lot of like, I don't know, they're calling it like citizen enforcement or something, where they're calling on regular people to help enforce these kinds of things. And like in Texas, for example, it's now, the governor decided recently that anyone who like sees a trans kid, if you find out that they're getting any kind of trans health care, puberty blockers, hormones, anything that you can get, you report the family for child abuse. And so there are families who are being investigated for child abuse just for providing healthcare for their kids.
I have a friend in Texas who's going through that right now. And
I just can't imagine.
Is that just Republican states that's happening in? Because from what I've heard, it's actually the Republican Party that the states they control are the states that this is coming in.
For the most part, I think
your president needs to grow a set of balls and needs to be protected. Because this is
he actually has announced some changes that are like really practically helpful in ways that nobody else in the past has done, like in terms of things that he as the president controls. So one of them is security at airports. That's a like really traumatic experience for a lot of trans people to go through. And now because like Claire's experience has always been like, you have to tell them, you have to pick a gender, you have to tell them whether you want to be scanned as a male or as a female. And if you're scanned as a female, then anything that's happening in your downstairs region that shows up that shouldn't, quote unquote, shouldn't be there, has to get patted down. If you're scanned as a male, then anything up here that's not supposed to be there, and especially like your bra or your, things that they would ignore if you said you were female, has to get patted down.
It's a matter of like, which one do you want to get patted down? Do you want your genitals down below to be patted down, or do you want your top? I mean, for some that might be a thrill, but at the end of the day, it's an invasion. As far as I'm concerned, this is your personal stuff. This is your body, and no one has the right to touch that. And I get that they hit for security reasons. Sometimes it has to happen, but I'm not saying that. But when you're a trans person going and you're transitioning, you have both going on at the moment. That would just be horrific, mentally, emotionally, physically,
So President Biden has actually announced changes on that they're putting into effect, because you don't have to scan according to gender. You can change those rules. You don't, and he is actually he's allowing people, like, he's changing the rules so that people don't have to specify a gender. You can also say that you're non-binary, and trying to change how TSA works here in America so that gender is no longer a part of the screening process, which is like a really just practical change that is very helpful. And it's hard because
it's a start.
this
It's a start.
the state legislatures, you can't do anything about it in American government. The only thing you can do is sue in court, and that's where also things are getting difficult because the Supreme Court that we have now is very conservative, and I'm sure you've heard that they're supposed to announce any day now that they're overturning abortion rights, and so there's some indication that they might also want to overturn gay marriage, because that was in our country was decided like on a national level by the Supreme Court. So if they do that, here in Illinois, we would be fine because our state legislature passed legalized gay marriage before the Supreme Court announced it. So that law would still be in effect, but a lot of states it just suddenly wouldn't. And the other thing though, is that even if they don't go after gay marriage, there's all these laws that are passing in the state legislature, and probably the Supreme Court isn't going to do anything about it.
My heart breaks for all my friends in America right now. Whether you're a woman, whether you're a trans man or a trans woman, whether you're gay, lesbian, whatever, bi, non-binary, pansexual, it doesn't work. I'm scared for my friends, very much so. And I think we've got lost Hannah. I think she's frozen on us.
Yeah, I'd say she has. The whole situation over there, whether it is with the LGBTQ community or with women's rights, the whole situation over there at the moment is so terrifying, because what scares me is other countries are going to follow the lead of America.
I don't think so. I honestly, I have a little bit more faith in humanity. I think America thinks it's so powerful, and it's really not. It's going backwards, not forwards. And I've got friends in Texas who are literally being done for child abuse right now because their son is transitioning. So they had a daughter and now they've got a son. And for me, it's been, and watching them go through it has been such a painful experience, and there's nothing I can do. You guys know me well enough to know if I've got a friend in need, I'm going to do everything possible to try and help that friend in need. And there is nothing that I can do to help this family that I know, because they've been done, the child's been removed from the home. He's been made to dress back as a girl, even though he's been transitioning since he was 13 and he's now 15, and they've taken him away from the home. They're making him dress as a girl. He's going through conversion therapy, and it is he is calling, his mother is so scared for her life, her life and his life, because there's nothing, that their hands are tied. They can't do anything. Mentally it's screwing with its head. And I did invite them to come on to the channel, but obviously for obvious reasons, they don't feel safe enough to do that right now. And that's heartbreaking that they can't share that story. So I said to them, without mentioning names, that I would share that story for them, which I've just done. We all bleed red.
Yep.
If I was to cut myself, Jenny and Hannah would have cut themselves. If you guys would have cut yourself, our blood color is all the same. Some of us would even have the same blood type. Some of us would even have some DNA markers that are the same. We're all human, and it shouldn't matter in a society today. It should not matter who you sleep with, what's between your legs, what color your skin is, what race you are, what religion you are. It should not matter. We should just be learning to love each other. And it frustrates me.
This situation that America is facing at the moment, this brings me back to the times of the slaves. It's like America's reverted back to that. That people are under almost like slave law because they cannot think for themselves. they've got to have some guy sitting in a seat, in a chair, in wherever he is, deciding what they do, or some female that sits there and decides the rights of everyone else within their state. That is utterly ridiculous to bring it back to that. And to take kids away from parents because kids are doing, because that is a scary time for kids. They've got a lot of mixed emotions, but yet they've now got to fight something else and be scared and be hidden and not want to come out because they risk getting taken away from their parents.
Are you coming to say good morning, are you? Marmite toast faced. That's my special little one. So Kenzie's, as you can tell, still got a cough from her flu and COVID that she's had. But she's autistic. She's on the spectrum and she's high needs. So she has lots of needs and stuff. But Daddy's home today because he's off on holiday while our car gets fixed. Yeah. Kath, I am scared for that boy's life too. I seriously am. I've got, I could tell you guys stories as well. I've got two dads who have literally gone through surrogacy and had two beautiful babies. And their little boy is not allowed to go to kindy and mention that he's got two dads. He's not allowed to, like when they have story time, what did you do on the weekend? He is not allowed to stand up and say, I went to the zoo with my dads. It is just so compressing, and rights are being taken off. These are human rights that kids should be growing. It shouldn't matter. Like my daughter's godparents are lesbians, and they're coming. One of them will be coming on this channel. She's already said she will. It's never fazed me. It's never been an issue for me. When I picked godparents for my children, my children have like a broad range of godparents. They have a pagan, they have a Christian, they have a lesbian couple, they have a what's the word? Where is it? No religion whatsoever. So they've got support no matter which way they go. If I'm not able to support them, they've got other people in their life to support them, because this is what I feel as a parent I should do for my children. With Kezia, it's a little bit different. But, I have an older son and I had an older daughter who was going between being fully gay and being bisexual. At the end of the day, I'm so glad she's not here to see what's happening in America, because she would be so broken. My son's bisexual, if this happens in New Zealand, because my children, except for Kenzie, are in New Zealand. So if this happens, I've got a stepdaughter who's bisexual. I've got it. Just I guess it's so
really,
sorry.
It's really heartbreaking. I think the other thing I think to mention, though, Jenny was talking about why is America going backwards on some of these things. Social media is a huge part of it. It's there's an awful lot of attacks and misinformation about LGBTQ people on social media that are getting really powerful, and that's been like a strong theme worldwide, especially with trans people. The UK has a huge problem with it, and that trickles over to us here too. It's and I mean, one thing is the Protect Women's Sports movement trying to block trans kids from playing in sports, that those laws are passing even in less conservative states here. That's one where it's not just conservatives who believe in that cause, and but the laws are getting, it's not just like, I can't remember which state, it's probably Texas, it was maybe Florida, but they passed a law saying that at any time in school sports, if you decide that the gender of a player is in question, you can ask them to prove it, and then that child has to go to a doctor, and they have to prove it through genital exam, hormone levels, and DNA, their chromosomes to prove
invasive.
Yeah, and it's like, and you can, I mean, and also people were like, well, if anybody's allowed to ask for this at any time, like, what's to stop someone from just being like, let's go after the star player of that other team, get them banned from playing until they can prove their gender. I mean, it's just, it will probably become like a standard part of like the physical exam to play sports. Like you'll have to proven your gender, and a lot of it, I mean, it's also causing athletes who are cisgender to not be allowed to compete sometimes because their hormones are considered to be the wrong level when it's just a natural difference in yeah, I mean, it's also a racist, it's a racist thing too, because the standards of like what they're setting as like hormone levels are determined by a very small subset of what hormones tend to be like among European descended people, and there's a lot of variation from that, and that's why like it's hit Black athletes harder in some circumstances because again it's ridiculous, the idea that like the whole thing is ridiculous. But
I've got a really good friend who I follow on TikTok, and her and I have had some major discussions. Like I get on, she does a live when I'm just going to bed, and I'm normally in the like talking to her on her live on TikTok, and while she's shaving, and so she gets a lot of cis, real women don't shave. Well, she just says to me, Rose, take it away, because she knows I'm coming in. I am okay. Look, guys, I haven't shaved this morning. See, this is one day's growth. See, Jen's got it too. I have high testosterone levels. It's a genetic thing that I've got. I can't change it. Sometimes if my testosterone's too high, my voice gets very deep. Which when I was in high school, which is exactly what it was. I was deeper than the boys in high school. My voice. As I've got older, my testosterone's kind of balanced out a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to have kids. But like I will sit there and I will go, anyone who says that women don't shave their chin, shave their faces. I shave mine every day because I literally jumped out of bed, was on the phone to Jenny, then I had to get Kenzie sorted, and we were trying to sort this car out. I didn't shave my beard this morning. And if I have a standard joke. My husband has a long beard down to about here. And the standard joke is if he shaves it, I grow mine. The funny thing about that is I can grow one. So, like it's just...
I mean, yeah, women, you get more facial hair as you get older. A lot of people, it's also a trend in the beauty, like it's really funny, like in like beauty TikTok, shaving your face is a trend as well to like get better exfoliation and stuff. I mean, it's just like, what does it matter? Yeah.
It's not like we get a choice to actually do this because, I mean, I've had my brother walk into my house and go, wow, that's a good beard you've got there. And it's like, I can't help that it grows. And it's to the point now where if people see it, people see it. I get it waxed, and then I got that today, Natalie. I sit there, and my hairdresser's my waxer as well, and she says to me, I don't know how you are not screaming the salon down, because I have to get it waxed.
What do you want?
Just power open. Sorry, hubby's bringing me breakfast. You want some peanut butter on toast?
Yes, please.
I have to eat to take my meds, so excuse me. I don't know what you eat on a live.
I mean, in some places in America now, like having visible facial hair like that could get you accosted, whether you're cis or trans or non-binary or anything, because people are looking for like
I would be so tempted to come to America with my beard growing just to call them out.
To me, that's ridiculous. Like I was born, I identify as female. I was born as female.
So you're this woman.
Yep. We don't control what happens here. Our hormones control what happens here. So if we as females can get accosted in a place because we have facial hair, I feel so angered over what the trans community goes through and the choices that are taken away from them because people don't want them to have the choices that everyone else is entitled to. They're actually entitled to those choices, but let's take them away from these people because, hey, we can. To me, that's utter bullshit.
Well, and like so one of the first states that passed one of the laws banning healthcare for trans kids, I think it was Arizona, if I'm correct. But anyhow, the people were begging the governor not to sign the law into effect, and the governor actually just refused to meet with any families with trans kids. They're like, just meet us because and the governor said, I've never met a trans kid, but I still feel like I can pass this law. And it's and wouldn't meet with, so that's part of it is like, it's like the way that I was raised. I would not have thought that anybody LGBTQ was in my world at all because it was so hidden. And
yeah.
I didn't even know it was me. I didn't know, of course, now I know that there are other people I grew up with who've ended up coming out later on. But, some communities think that they can scrub it away somehow, prevent it from happening. And this idea that it is trans people and queer people who are grooming kids. That's the new phrase in America, is this grooming thing. It's been everywhere the last month or two, with the idea that adults are going around intentionally grooming kids and turning them gay or trans and encouraging them to get sexual reassignment surgery or whatever. And it's like, that's a way for you to think that somehow it wouldn't happen without outside influence. Like, it won't be your kid, you don't have to worry about it, some person would have to come in and recruit them or something. And it's very and the misinformation about what trans healthcare even is for kids, like, people believe that the people supporting these like child abuse laws and things like that, they believe the craziest things about what they think the healthcare actually is for kids and teenagers who are trans. They think that like 10-year-olds are getting gender reassignment surgery or something. That's not a thing, There's just so much misinformation.
My son has been brought up in a heterosexual family. Yes, he's been exposed to the gay influence because I don't give a shit about it. It's always been it's not my choice. It's not my body. It's not you might come out of my body, but once you get to, I don't control how you were made any more than I can control the genetic issues that Kenzie has. It's just, and if he's like, him coming to me and saying he was bisexual was priceless. It was like, it was started off, I said to him, because he hadn't come out to me, and I sent him a picture of my henbane pokeweed. She's on the site, go have a check. She's a scary woman. And I sent it to my son, and I said to him, tell your future girlfriends this is a self-portrait of your mother. As this kind of relationship I have with my son. He spins around and goes, oh, my boyfriend. And I was like, wait, what? Is this something you told me? And he's like, oh, I didn't tell you. And I was like, it's not an issue. Like, and I literally physically got on the phone and rang him and said, this is not an issue for me. He's still my son. I still love him. If he was to say he was transitioning, he would then become my daughter, and I'd still love her. So for me, it's not an issue. My oldest girl, she's passed away now, I was in the kitchen peeling potatoes, and she comes to me, she goes, Mum, I'm gay. I went, that's nice, and carried on peeling potatoes. And she was expecting such a massive reaction that she didn't get, and she didn't get one. She was like, did you hear what I said? And I said, yes, you said you were gay. I said, I'm as long as you're happy, that's good. She goes, not that kind of gay, Mum. Isn't she? Goes, I like women. I said, honey, I've known this for like a long time. Come on, seriously. This is not a shocker for me. And she was like, wait, what? And so we sat down, we had a conversation. I said, I don't care who you like. I don't care. As long as my children grow up to be loved by somebody and are looked after and supported and nourished and are growing, I don't care who they sleep with. It's not my business who they sleep with. That person, regardless of gender, if they hurt my kid, it's a different story. It becomes my monkey in my circus and I'll break them. But it doesn't matter. For me, it's not a big, huge issue. It isn't a choice. you are actually literally physically born this way. I have a friend whose kid is the same age as Kenzie, and this little boy's been showing signs for a very long time that he wanted to be a girl. He wore the towels on his head as dress, and he wore his sister's dresses. And you know what? I honestly, I don't know where he is at in that thing right now. But when he was little, we could see it coming. You know, as a parent, you see these things. It's kind. Oh, people just make me mad.
As much as parents, those parents out there that are homophobic, transphobic, whatever the case may be, as much as they want to deny it, they really can't in the end deny it. And I think that the greatest, to me, the greatest kick in the guts for these politicians that are making these morbid, and they're morbid legislations. The greatest kick in the guts would be if their own children would come out and say, listen, mum, listen, dad, I'm gay. Or I'm their male child comes and says, listen, mum and dad, I want to be a female. That would be the biggest kick in the guts. And they can't keep denying that it's out there. They can't keep wanting to change people. The laws need to change. Things need to change a long way.
Sorry, it's drug time for me. I'll try and take these off channel. Well, off channel.
No, you've got to take them. Just take them, woman. You know we don't hide nothing here.
This is my morning course of pills.
We're definitely in the United States. Like one of the big dangers we're in right now is with the Supreme Court. The way it is that these states will pass these laws, and then they'll get challenged in court because, of course, they always do. And then the Supreme Court will make some kind of overarching decision that says that you are allowed to discriminate based on gender and based on gender identity or something like that. And then that will like make it official in the United States that kind of discrimination is legal. And actually, I mean, there are a lot of states in the United States where it's still legal to get fired from your job because of your gender presentation. That's even if it's not a religious, company or institution or something like that. Like, there are laws that like, and it can be your gender presentation, not just because you might look gay or you might be trans or something. It's also like if they don't like, let's say you're a cisgender woman and they don't like the way that you dress because they've decided that it isn't the way they think women should dress. Like, the laws allow for that too. It's like,
I would say be in jail all the time.
That's the thing. It's like once you start policing gender and saying only certain kinds of gender expression are acceptable, then you're taking away everyone's choices in terms of, because I mean, cisgender people, non-binary people, nobody wants to be forced into having to dress or wear their hair or do anything a particular way. We should all be able to just,
this is reminding me of like the Handmaiden. If anyone has seen
many people have seen that.
It's like, this is where it's heading. This is the scary bit. It's like, do people not watch TV shows and see where things can lead? Like Handmaiden is very realistically could happen. And it's just shocking. Diane, that is fucking awesome. Sorry. Diane's just saying Belgium has a trans person in government. We have one in New Zealand, I believe, as well.
Did you read what Nick said? This month, all my outgoing packages have the pride flag heart on them. Let someone say something to me about it. You have to see me go.
She'll go off like a rocket, all right? I love you, Nick.
Yeah, I'm not I can't stand closed-minded people. I tell you what, I seriously, if this business was set up in America and we were taking on employees, all our employees would be from the LGBTQ community, and if the government had anything to say about it, I'd tell them to go and shove it where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, I mean, that's also like something that's worth mentioning is for is like the economic side, which is that LGBTQ people, well, particularly trans people and especially trans people of color, um, a lot of it can be very difficult to get and keep a job in America, even in cities like Chicago. Like, so here, like, and we live in a neighborhood in Chicago where there's pride flags everywhere. It's a very open neighborhood, but even in places in Chicago, like as a trans person and particularly a trans person of color, it can be very hard to get employment because people don't like the way you look. The thing is that we have been so trained to think there are two genders and they're supposed to look a certain way that it just makes people feel uncomfortable if they don't know what category to put you in. And that discomfort causes people to do all kinds of discriminatory things. And so there's a lot of trans people and trans people of color who can't have a job. A lot of them are unhoused, don't have access because we haven't even gotten into the American healthcare system. So Claire is extremely fortunate because in the state of Illinois, your insurance does have to cover your transition surgery, but also she is a software engineer and she got a job at Microsoft about a year ago, and her healthcare benefits like got way better than any job either of us has ever seen. So her surgery was paid for really well, but there were still all these other costs. Like we had to pay for a hotel room for a month in New York because you have to be within distance of the emergency room and with the surgeon for the first month after surgery. You have to have someone with you 24/7 for the first month after surgery. You have to have a person who can be there in case of an emergency. So that also means you have to have a support system of someone who is either working remotely, which happens a lot more now, or doesn't have to work, who can be there with you, after surgery and things like that. And the costs of all of this are, and a lot of trans people don't have health insurance, and because they don't have the employment that gives them that health insurance, and a lot of insurance plans are not very good and won't cover it or will cover it very poorly. And so like and that's just even if you want surgery. There's also just the basics of day-to-day life that a lot of trans people in the United States and LGBTQ people in general, if you're in an area where people do not like the way that you look and you can't keep a job, it's like there are a lot of economic costs to this too, and people just struggling to get by in day-to-day life. And all of that is legal here. I mean, it's like,
because I know if you're in the military and you come out gay or trans, there's a huge you lose your position completely. I had a friend who literally got demoted, and then when she started transitioning, they were no, that's it, you're out. And I was just like, oh my God.
They're also constantly changing their policies based on which person is president at the time. So that is really rough too. If you work in the military or the federal government here, and the president has the power through an executive order to change the rules of employment, like certain forms of discrimination are like made legal and then taken away again every 4 years, depending on who's president.
So at the moment, doesn't Biden have
what
he's a transgender person in there?
Federal employees or
is it Biden? Doesn't he have a transgender person high up in his cabinet? Oh, we lost Hannah again. That's the thing, Tessa. No one's forcing anything on anyone. This is the concept that everyone's got, that trans and gay people are forcing this shit on people, but it's not. then that's not what's happening at all. These people are genetically made this way. They're not trying to force anyone. They're trying to educate, and that's what we're trying to do here, is educate people, because we are all human, regardless.
But they're also trying to have the same rights as other people, and these rights are being taken away because of the person you love, or the fact that you may have been born female and you want to be male, or vice versa. That's what this is all about. It's
Human
people
rights.
losing their rights.
See, I love the fact that there are governments coming in that welcome back that have gay
Sorry about that. You were saying something about.
Oh, so doesn't Biden have someone in his parliament that's LGBTQ
in his cabinet?
Oh yeah. No, there's actually it's not that we don't have trans people in government. We actually do. But it depends at different levels. So I believe that it is the director or deputy director of something in healthcare in Biden's administration is a trans woman. Like
there's the trans assistant health secretary.
Okay,
so if we've got someone that high up in the government who is transgender, what I don't understand is, with all these laws that have been made by state, what control does your prime minister even have? What does he have? What does this president have? That
it's almost like, to me, I always thought the president had control over what went on. That was my belief. My bad. I was so wrong. It was not funny. It seems like the president is there in president in name only. Basically, everyone else can do what they want to do.
That's not quite it. So like the way it works is that there's supposed to be a balance of power here between laws that the states can make and laws that the federal government can make. So so that's like built into our Constitution, that the federal government isn't supposed to take away too many rights from the states. So there are certain things that the president has a great deal of control over, but the president can't control laws that individual states make. So, Congress can pass, our national Congress can pass national laws in certain areas that then would have to apply to all of the states.
So this is where I think someone needs to step in, because this is, when we go back to the black and white separation, this is where it's heading. And people, I said to someone said on a live once on TikTok, they were going on about the trans, all these trans laws that are coming in and segregating people. And I spun around, I said to him, if you think it's going to stop there, guys, you're wrong. And this is my personal stance on this, just saying. First off, it's the LGBTQ family, people who are being targeted and segregated. Next thing that's going to happen, you can guarantee it's going to be women. And sure enough, the abortion stuff started coming out. I will guarantee you the next thing that's going to come out will be color. I will guarantee
that's already here.
Yeah, but it's going to get
worse. There's no waiting for that to come out.
So you've got
that's been there back. The color issue's been there since before Martin Luther King come out.
It's going to get worse. Because this is where it's heading. I know in New Zealand there is a segregation between the colonists, the Europeans, and the Maori, who are the natives of the land. And there's a whole big debacle in New Zealand, and it gets heated sometimes, but we still love each other. This is the thing. I haven't been in Australia long enough to know much about the native culture here, or what the thing is with that is yet. But I can speak from New Zealand point of view. There was a Treaty of Waitangi signed, and there's a lot of arguments over that at this point in time, where land was stolen from the Māori, and they're trying to get that back. And for the most part, most people are very, very supportive of them getting their rights to their native lands back, but within reason, obviously. But I'm always of the opinion, I was born in New Zealand. I'm white. I have a little inty bit of Māori in me, like a little inty bit. But we're also interbred now. It should not matter what colour your skin is. It really shouldn't. If you're born in America, you're American. If you're born in Australia, you're Australian. If you're born in New Zealand, you're a New Zealander. And that's how I look at it. I don't, you know, I live in Australia, but I still call myself a Kiwi. And I will always call myself a Kiwi because that's where I was born. That's where I was raised. That's where I spent 48 years of my life. So, yeah, it just does my head in. New Zealand rights for the LGBTQ community are a lot more than America. Like Jordan's first girlfriend is now he is now transitioning, and has been for quite some time. I am hoping to get him on here as well, and he can talk to you about the struggles of what it's been like for him. But it's been an interesting journey watching this little girl that grew up with my son transition into a male and is now his best friend. And I've got photos of her as a, like I've got photos of him as a her with birthday parties and with Jordan and stuff like this. I don't share those because that person doesn't exist anymore, because they're now Vincent, and Vincent's very, very special in our family, part of our family, and has been for a very long time. But yeah, it's I get my words get jumbled because I get frustrated.
The states here also do have power within the states, but in reality, when it comes to something as important as this, it needs to be done. It needs to be done not on a state level, but on a federal level. It needs to be done within the federal government and their power. And this is where prime ministers, presidents, and so forth need to step in and go, let's take a step back. These are not just a number. These are people within our country. These are people that everyone should be counted. The thing that, and I'll be blunt, the thing that pisses me off with America is I used to be annoyed the fact that everyone here has to vote. That used to annoy the crap out of me. But seeing what America has gone through, America needs to take a leaf out of Australia's book here and go, right, instead of it being because you are LGBTQ, you can't vote in this state, and because you are a white woman who's gone through an abortion, you don't have a right to have a say. Everyone should have a right to have a say, and it should be mandatory voting. And then the Republicans, I think, would be on their ass at this stage because they are disgusting.
Not compulsory voting either. New Zealand is you vote if you want to.
It should be compulsive.
I will be voting in the next election from here because I can do it from Australia. I don't have to, but I will be, because I want, it affects my children.
Mm-hmm.
It affects us if we ever go home. So it needs to be done.
No, that's one of the things is like a main attack in America right now, particularly against people of color, is to try to take away voting rights from people. Not everyone who is a citizen and who is not a felon, which is another thing. If you go through the prison system, then you can lose your right to vote, which is,
it's the same here, I think.
But everyone as a citizen still has the right to vote, and that can't be taken away because it's constitutional. But you can make it as hard as possible for different groups of people to vote, and that's what's happening. And there's been a history of that in America basically all along. I mean, as soon as Black people and formerly enslaved people were given the right to vote, immediately white communities were trying to find ways to keep them from being able to use that legal right. And were very successful. They kept Black people from voting for a long time. And they're really working hard at that and trying to, and it's all this like, they're trying to claim that they're doing it for like security of the elections, but they're really, I think you're right, Jenny. The Republicans know that if everyone was voting and if it was easy for everyone to vote, then the numbers aren't on their side. And so they're doing everything they can to keep that from happening. And so, they're making it so that you can't vote by mail. They're making it so that the polls in some neighborhoods are closed a lot of hours and other neighborhoods are open more hours, or that like so that there will be insanely long lines in one neighborhood but not in another neighborhood.
See, up until the last election, I really didn't follow American politics. It didn't interest me. It's actually I didn't like your former president. The guy was in my eyes, and I'm sorry if I'm insulting anyone who followed him. The guy's a moron. So I become more interested in what was going on just to see how he was making an idiot of himself. And I was watching how they were putting these barriers in place to stop blacks from voting, to stop minorities from voting, to stop anyone they didn't want to have a vote, they were stopping them from voting. And to me, that is okay. There's a way to stop this, and there's an immediate way to stop that, and that is to make voting compulsory. Then you don't have a choice. That your powers to be then don't have a choice to say, okay, because you're a black, you can't have a vote. Because you are trans, you can't have a vote. Because you are gay, you can't have a vote. Everyone has a vote. Everyone has their say. And yeah, that guy, the orange
man.
The Cheeto, as he's known.
Let's get The Rock as president. Like, seriously, I honestly, like, I know it's been a standard joke, and like amongst the social media that The Rock should be the next president. Actually, his TV show of Little Rock is actually based on him as an adult becoming president, and it's really should happen, because I honestly think he is like this man. I've been watching him for most of my life, and he's so into everyone having a right and everyone having, like, I'm a socialist. Okay, so I'm not, what I mean by a socialist is I believe everybody has a right. I believe in this day and age, no one should be homeless, no one should be starving, and I believe as a world we should be working towards that goal. That's my thing. So when it comes to elections, for me, it's very, very difficult, because I'm kind of going, right, I've got more. It's actually started with my research on gorillas, ironically, and getting into the whole capitalism and everything, and realizing in that time frame, I actually, like, I was reading a lot of communist stuff, which is actually based on socialism, loosely based on socialism. And I realized that I was actually becoming more of a socialist than I was a liberal or a, whatever they call themselves these days. So, and I realized that I believe every person has a right, regardless of whether, like, the special needs community obviously affects me personally. We had a prime minister in New Zealand, Kenzie was in primary school, so a few years back now, and he started shutting down special needs schools, cutting funding for things that were helping families, like respite care, nursing help, home help, nappies, because there are lots of children who are like Kenzie, who are 15 years old and still can't go to the toilet. So, and this funding was thing, and I was very, very vocal on my social media about the whole thing. I pull no punches. I wrote him an email personally saying that, this needs to stop. You're actually segregating our children from normal children. He goes, oh, the special schools, we're doing that. We're trying to incorporate them. And I was like, that's bullshit, because the teachers aren't trained to deal with children, special needs children. They just have not been given the training. And so, and then he started going, and then I got an email back from his secretary, I'm assuming it's from, saying that my child, pretty much saying my child was not a valued member of society because she'd never bring anything to the world. You can imagine me. So I am very passionate about things, and I am very passionate about rights for all humans, because I grew up in a world where I was rammed down my throat that I had white privilege because I'm white. I didn't have any freaking privilege at all. I come from a very low economic family. We struggled for money. I literally lived on Marmite sandwiches, not by choice. That's why I hate Marmite now. My mum did the best she could. We had op shop clothing. I never owned any new piece of clothing until I started earning my own money. That was the first time in my whole entire life that I went out to a shop and bought my own clothes, brand new, for the first time ever. It was we just didn't have the money. McDonald's takeaways weren't an option. New cars weren't an option. My first car was given to me by my uncle. And it was his car. He couldn't drive it anymore. And that's why I ended up with it. Like literally there was a lot of segregation with that as well. Like if you're a low economic family, you get segregated as well. You're not valued because you're not doing anything. There's nothing, you don't bring anything to society. Society sucks. Okay. Society really does suck. And social media has made it worse. So if I'm of the opinion, on this channel, and this is why we do the deep topics like this, if this channel can make a difference to one person and help them be heard and help them and educate people about the fact that, like, you're a beautiful person, Hannah. You're an absolutely amazing person. I've only known you for less than a week, but what I see, I'm a good judge of character. I like to think I'm a good judge of character. I you know, what you and Claire have been through and what you guys are going through is such an experience that I could never walk in. I'll never understand it because it's not something that's in me. But I respect it and I value it because it's your path, your journey. And if we can, this is where the world needs to be supporting you and Claire and people like you both, because you are human beings. You have feelings, you have emotions, you should have a say in what's best for you. And when you don't get that say and it gets taken away from you, that becomes an invasion of human rights. And I think there needs to be something done. Someone needs to stand up and say enough is enough. And I'd like to think that would be your president, but I don't think he's got the balls of a kangaroo, let alone the balls of an elephant. So like, it needs to be done. He might be doing little things, but I honestly think there needs to be a legislation change where states cannot make laws that take away the rights of a human being. And I think that needs to be done.
No,
I agree with that 1000%.
I mean, yeah, Congress needs, I mean, this Congress isn't going to do it, but that's what we need. I mean, and I should say too, like, Claire and I are lucky. We're some of the lucky ones, because compared to people that we know and friends and things like that, like, I mean, this process, especially with the surgery and all that kind of stuff, it has been so hard. And the things that we've gone through as children, as teenagers, were so hard. But we are very lucky in comparison to a lot of other LGBTQ Americans, because we have, I mean, Claire's family isn't like actively support, like they didn't do anything to help with surgery or anything, but they're not against it. You know, my family has come around and is like actively supporting. Like, I have a chronic illness, so I'm not able to work. And I'm, you know, but she has a good job, you know, and she came from, you know, she's the first person in her family to go to college, and she was able to get into coding and become a software engineer, which just turns out to be an industry where you can get a really good job. And so that she is able to support us, even though, you know, I'm too sick to be able to work, you know, and we are lucky in that. And yeah, I mean, we both have friends who've died by suicide who were LGBTQ. We both had mental health issues ourselves, you know, with it. But where we are now, you know, we're doing it, and we're lucky, and we're, you know, making our own family, you know. I mean, that's hopefully the next step is, you know.
I look forward to that next step. I'm a sucker for babies. And that baby will be, we have so many aunties and uncles in this room. Trust me.
You know, it's actually really funny because I, you know, as a gay woman, I had gotten used to the idea that I might not be biologically related to my child, you know, and everything.
Yeah.
And Claire had an idea for a long time that there probably wasn't going to be a cisgender woman who would date her, because unfortunately there are a lot of cisgender lesbians who are very transphobic, and you can see that in online dating and things like that. So both of us had, before we got together, we'd both given up on the idea of having a child that was biologically related to both parents a long time ago. But now it turns out that because, you know, like, we're actually hopefully going to be able to make a baby. Obviously,
That'd
she
be
saved her
awesome.
stuff before surgery. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible. But like, yeah, it's going to be, and I'm excited to be the kind of parent who is, we both are in a position of knowing that, like, to be a good parent, because we can see that from our own experience, you know, you have to be ready for anything that your child might be, and not have a fixed idea in your mind, you know.
The fixed ideas, like, I'm the queen of
Yeah.
my child. I was expecting this healthy little baby, beautiful girl, bouncing girl when I gave birth to Kenzie. And it turns out she has a duplication in her chromosomes. She's on the spectrum. Has my life turned out the way I thought it would with her? No, hell no. But I wouldn't change it for the world. And, you know, I was like you. I honestly did not think I would genetically ever have a child of mine. I was told I was infertile, never had kids. But science is a wonderful thing. And science, for those out there who are listening, is a gift from God. So anyone try to fight me on that one, I will bash you. Like, seriously, that's your warning. I will hammer things down your throat you wouldn't believe. But without science, I wouldn't have either of my children, because we had to have medical intervention. I can't conceive naturally. Oh, I can, but I lose them real quick. So I love it. I love it. Like, I follow... Jenny and I both follow a lot of similar people. We were sitting here looking on TikTok together when she was down here, and we'll go, oh, I follow that person. Oh, I follow that person. And there are some amazing same-sex couples, families, who are rocking it. Like, seriously, they do a better job than some cisgendered people, like heterosexual couples. They're just rocking being parents. And I think for that right to be taken away, I would be loud and proud about saying how I feel easily. Because these, you know, it's two female mums raising a baby together, great. Trans couple having a baby together, fantastic. They're doing an amazing job. Waiting for them to deliver their baby any day. Like, I'm stalking TikTok for these updates, because I feel that one person can make a difference. And just supporting people and sharing that you care, that they are valued, that they are important, can make a difference in anyone.
Even two gay guys raising the most gorgeous little boy.
Stuart and Francis, like, with little Rio. Oh my God, this kid is so cute. I stalk his TikTok because, like, I like to see Rio's so beautiful. He's got that cheeky little grin, and they've shared their story and their journey with the world. And great parents, absolutely amazing parents. Rio's well loved, well looked after, and those are the two main things a baby needs, is love and care, and it doesn't matter. So when you get pregnant, and Chris has already said he wants to be an uncle, and Chris is a great uncle. He's an honorary uncle to Kenzie. Kenzie calls him Uncle Chris. She's labelled him that. Like, this community has taken Kenzie as theirs. And because as you see, she pops into lives whenever she's home.
So,
yeah.
With Claire and her job, how's the job been accepted? Do they know that she is trans, and how accepting have they been of that?
So she is very out publicly. It's in her social media bios, you know, like, and actually Twitter is, like, turned out to be really crucial in the, like, software engineering community for getting jobs and things like that. It turns out. So yeah, everybody knows that she's trans. And Microsoft has been great about it. They have good healthcare. There's no, Microsoft is one of the companies, they've been really trying hard to do better about transparency and equality.
Awesome.
There's other companies, like, there's certain companies she would never work for, because of the stories that you already know. I mean, like, even you think that like tech companies would be like living in the present and the future and be progressive and everything, but like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's gone down at Netflix recently with trans employees having a hard time there. There's like, and she was at a startup before this, and honestly, it was actually at the startup, it was harder for her being a woman as an engineer than it was for her being a trans person, because the sort of bro culture was so strong there. And so in the tech industry, like there's still so much domination by white men that if you are not, then it can be really rough. There's an awful lot of sexism in the industry for sure. But you know, she's the thing is, again, she has the privilege of, because software engineers are in demand right now, it is you get to choose where you work, especially once you're at a more senior level. Like, she had choices. And also, because she can work remotely, we don't have to move anywhere we don't want to move. So we know, for example, that like we're never going to have to move to a state that we would have less rights in because of a job, you know, which, you know, when I was getting my PhD, I thought I was going to be a college professor before I got sick. And for that, like, you kind of have to take, there's so few jobs, you have to take a job anywhere you can get it. We could have ended up at like any random state and then just suddenly lost a lot of the rights that we had, you know. So yeah,
I can see they're going to be gay-friendly states and non-gay friendly states, and I can see all the LGBTQ moving to the safe states, and I don't blame them. I honestly, I would pack up my children and move out of principle, just because
if you had the money to.
Yeah,
if you have
I would be saving my ass.
Always the thing. That so many people, they don't have the resources to be able to pick up their family and move, which is what's happening to these families with trans kids who would do anything to help their kids, and they don't have the resources to move and can't find a job somewhere else, or it's just really sad.
It just, and places like this, the doctors and it affects the medical profession as well, because the medical profession who is supporting these families and supporting these young teenagers in their starting their transition journey, because the sooner you start it, the easier it is. You know, it gets easier as you get older. Once you start the transition, I got a friend, Corey, who literally transitioned from female to male, and he's lived in the community as a male for decades, and no one knew. Like, he's literally, and he's married. He's got 2 children. It's beautiful. He's very open about. He's come out openly stating this is who he is on TikTok, and it's, you know, I love seeing the happy endings. So, and I know it's still a hard journey, even after you've got your happy ending. It's still a hard journey, especially with these laws that are coming in and people's misconceptions on what it means. It's like people think, oh, the gays and the trans are going to take over. Oh, for fuck's sake. Seriously, people, like, it's not about taking over. You don't become gay or trans to take over the world. You become gay or trans because that's you fixing you. It's like it's like these. Okay, this is a good example. I'm sick. Everyone knows I'm sick. I've had hives and I've got a bug and I've got a sore back. This is like, I take these because they make me better. Same with the trans community. They have surgeries to make them better. When my gallbladder almost burst, I had surgery to remove it because it was not needed and it was making me ill mentally and physically. And it's the same thing. There is no difference for me. Surgery to correct someone's gender is not a bad surgery. That is giving them the body that they always felt that they should have been born with. It gives them better control with mental health, supporting someone. And it's, I just ramble, sorry. I'm very passionate. And I just can't see the difference. And I'm very scared for all of you in America right now. And yeah. If I could pack you all up, and if I was a rich multi-millionaire, I would literally import you all to Australia, where you'd be safe and housed and looked after and have jobs and everything.
I don't know about the housing at this stage, woman, but
honey, we'd build. If I was a multi-millionaire, we'd be building.
You'd have to.
We would have a kibbutz. For those that don't know, kibbutz is where you have a massive amount of land and you build your own community, and everybody works in the community to support the community.
They used to call them a cult over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kibbutz is different. You can let people in and out. You live an open life. But you just all, like, the gardeners do the gardens. You breed, the farmers breed the food, the meat and stuff, and you have cooks and you have nannies and you have just a lot of support. I love the idea. I'm very much a socialist. Nick says you're all moving in with me. I'm going to really need a bigger house. Exactly, Katrina. We're trying to stop them unliving themselves, and that is the key. Christopher's in for the kibbutz. We know, look, it took 7 months for us to find a house in Australia, so we know it's difficult.
And rentals are through the roof.
Yeah, and we literally fluked this one. It fell into our laps. We were very, very fortunate. Exactly, Chris. Like, we've all had surgery. I had my teeth taken out because they were making me ill, both mentally and physically. So, there's no difference. It just frustrates me.
Some people need to come out the dark ages. Excuse me.
Yes.
I feel that yawn coming on then.
So, do you have because I'm focusing on this baby thing. I love babies. I haven't got a general time of when you're going to start maybe looking at conceiving and having a baby?
Well, so we want to get married at some point. Like, we got engaged during COVID, and then we're just like, we're not trying to plan a wedding during COVID. And then we were waiting for Claire's surgery and all that. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but I need to get on her health insurance. That's the first step. So I'm 37, so we need to get on. So we have to do IVF because of the quality of her stuff. After being on hormones for years, she needed to save it before surgery, but that also means that, like, it's not the best swimmers. So that means that we need to get my eggs extracted and everything. So we want to, since I'm 37, we want to get started on that probably this fall, so that we can, make sure, like, I haven't done any of the fertility testing for me yet. So this all could, obviously, with every plan, it's like it could go awry at any time, and we'd still be super happy with adoption or, whatever. But that's the plan, is to do start my egg extractions maybe in the fall or by the end of the year, and then we're just going to need to see where we are and, like, when we're going to be ready for pregnancy, because it's funny, like, we haven't been able to see past this surgery
and
for
now
years. It's just such a huge thing, and right now we're both so exhausted. Obviously, for me, I am having a hard time keeping up with the things around the house and doing stuff for Claire because of my illness. I have chronic vertigo, so I'm dizzy, somewhat dizzy all the time, but I spend a good deal of time every day, too dizzy to be up and around. So
I understand.
So it's like, we have, like, the idea of planning a wedding, the idea of getting pregnant, all of those things are wonderful, but sound super exhausting right now. So,
and they're all just put back on the table because you've just gone through the biggest hurdle that you guys have had to go through to this point in time. And I know IVF is going to be another big hurdle. So just a question about the IVF is, do you guys have the insurance support for that, or the workplace? Does Microsoft support that? Oh, that is fantastic.
That, I have to tell you, I mean, I know your healthcare system is really different, but here for in America where you're dependent on the particular insurance that your employer has chosen to buy for you. Like Microsoft's benefits, like their health insurance is so much better than anything that either of us have ever seen. And so they will cover 2 full rounds of IVF totally. And then a third one if the first 2 are not successful. So, so yeah, it's a pretty good. And we kind of are. We are kind of at the feeling that like if at that point if we did 3 rounds and it wasn't successful, we probably want to move on anyway, you know. But yeah, we are anticipating having
freezing
that covered.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Hi, Susie. So anyone, Chris is looking for in search of an Australian wife. Sorry, Chris, Christopher, I cannot marry you. I'm not an Australian citizen, so it would not make a difference for you at all.
And my hubby might complain. Just saying.
What's that, honey? What was that, Rory? What was that? Oh, he's talking to himself. It's working out really well.
Stacey's also looking for a partner for convenience, and I think Anna's frozen again.
I think she has too.
There's the guy found me a so-called card.
That's awesome, Chris.
So, oh,
I like green, will you?
yeah. What?
They're gonna want to hear you say I like green.
I like green.
There you go, guys. I like green. So Roy has this thing where he said that some of them in here will go anything about green, just to hear Roy say I like green. He's become famous for his I like green.
It ain't easy being green.
And next by Big Bus and all move in with Rose and Jenny. They all want to move over here and be with us.
Is the bus green?
Is the bus green?
Just for you, Rory. Yeah, it'll be a green bus.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I like green.
I like green. I like blue. Doesn't have quite the same ring as his I like green. Yeah. Yes, Stacey was growling him yesterday because he wouldn't give me a kiss goodbye. The bus is hot pink. I like that.
I actually probably should get going because speaking of which, it is past dinner time here, and I'm the only way Claire can get dinner because she is.
No. You go and feed her.
Thank you so much for coming on, Hannah, and giving us so much information and educating us so much. And like, please know you are part of this Uniquely family, and
Yes.
we look forward to hearing all the updates and support. We will support you 110% because that's what we do. And yeah, welcome to the family.
Thank you. This has been really lovely.
And you'll be having people anxiously awaiting to hear the news that there will be the pitter patter of little feet.
There'll be people knitting and crocheting all over the world. Trust me.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun.
See that, buy a diamond painting and gain a whole family of supporters.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really good bargain to say. No, I mean, this has been really lovely. I've really enjoyed this group from the first time I signed on, and
that's good.
Yeah, and everyone, you're welcome to come. Like, if you want to follow me on like Instagram, I don't have Facebook, but I am on Instagram, and yeah, if anyone wants to be in touch
and always remember, whenever you're in this room or anywhere to do with Uniquely Yours and Rose Profit Creations, it's always a safe place. We have a safe space.
I mean, I could feel that. I could feel that from the first time I joined Alive. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, I can't do it from here. I'll have to. What I'll do is I'll hunt it out. I'll get your link off my phone. Actually, I can share it actually to Jenny because I have your Instagram, obviously.
Yeah, you've got my Instagram. It's at the other Hannah M8, the number 8 at the end.
Yeah.
Wait, I can probably write that in the chat. Wait a second. How do I write in the chat? I don't actually know.
Oh, you can on Steve, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll share it with
Okay,
Jenny.
I'll let you figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, I mean definitely be in touch on Instagram, and it would be great. And yeah, if you have anyone in your life who is going through anything like this and you want to put them in touch, like please do.
Yeah. That's just me, Jenny.
Oh, people
Yeah, I know.
me, so
I'm getting notified about 10 times.
Yeah. I'm just going to go get the link if my Google decides to behave itself.
All right, I gotta go feed Claire. Thank you to everyone for all the lovely comments, and yeah, I'll be logging in again.
You are very welcome, and thank you for sharing your story. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. All right, bye.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. And you give Claire our love and tell her we hope she makes a speedy recovery. And yeah.
Okay, go feed your woman.
Here you go. Go feed your
feed
your lovely fiance. Bye bye, darling.
Bye.
Oh, isn't she beautiful? She's just so beautiful. She's just got a whole new family that she didn't even know she had. I love you guys. Like, seriously, you guys are an amazing community. And Amber, thank you for sharing the direct link. That's fantastic. We hope you guys learned something. We hope you guys got something out of that. That's the whole, you know us by now. I'm just repeating myself. Didn't get any diamond painting done, but man, we had a great discussion. That was awesome.
That was.
And I'm sore, but I'm still here. So, Jenny, birthday girl.
Yeah.
How did you get me for your birthday?
A brand new car.
Oh, sorry, she got a brand new car.
And my bracelet.
The only one in this house that's getting a brand new car for his birthday is Rory. Oh, for my birthday is Rory.
he is prone to giving me presents early, so it's not like anything gets held back.
That's like mine. There's mine.
I did get the singing this morning on the phone. I will say it started out not the best morning, but it has gotten better and better.
Stacey, we're actually so situation with our car, the water, something to do with the water
pump.
Yeah, it exploded pretty much. The bearings were on. It was hitting the head gasket. So, but that's not damaged. It's got a few dents in it, but it's not hugely damaged. We don't have to worry about that right now. But yeah, we're looking at an $1,800 repair bill. So we're repairing that car. Rory's looking at buying a new car, and then I'll take over the one that's being repaired because we're investing that much money in it. And my Hungdunga bomb that I drive around in at the moment, we'll get rid of that. So
that I tell you what, that bomb she drives around in needs to literally be gotten rid of.
We were hoping to do this 3 or 4 months down the track, but it's and so financially it's kind of just screwed us up a little bit, but we will get through it. And we are just making a few adjustments for the next few weeks. And yeah.
You tell Mr. Nixie I said happy birthday to him too.
Oh yes.
And thank you for all the birthday wishes, people. Much appreciated.
Oh, Kenzie doesn't see me as an animal. She sees me as a mum. I'm mum. It's apparently an animal all in its own right. Oh, yeah. Actually, Kenzie. She can sing you happy birthday.
Hang on.
I've got to get it.
Bye.
Kenzie. Hang on. I'll go get it. Oh, excuse me. I'm a little bit slow. Come here. Oh, yeah. Wait for Auntie Jenny to come back. Come here. Come here. Wait for Auntie Jenny to come back. You got to sing Auntie Jenny happy birthday when she comes back. Can you wait here with Mummy? Oh, you're blowing kisses to everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So I've got everybody in the chat there. But Auntie Jenny's over there, and it's her birthday today. So you're going to sing happy birthday to Auntie Jenny? Yeah, just wait for her to come back. Oh, Jeremy, I wish you were too. It would save us a lot of money. It's not money we've got easily, but we'll make it work. It's just been an expensive week with my medical bills and everything. Come here, what is this? Oh, that's your drawings. We're going to do some more so you can give them to people. We can send them away to people. Okay, look, here's Auntie Jenny.
We got mail.
Can you say happy birthday? Say happy birthday to you. You look like a bird. And
Oh, that's the sweetest I've ever been called a bird.
Apparently you're a bird.
I'm a bird.
You're a bird.
Hey, Tessa.
Oh, I gotta open it live.
No, I've got to open it live on tonight's live.
Oh,
So
because Palmy's at work. Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Shani.
Hey, Shani.
Kenzie's yeah. Jenny's now a bird.
I'm a bird. I can live with that.
That's her favourite song. She goes through that like all day. We hear that. So.
I like that she can come up with different animals for people.
Yep, Uncle Chris is a pig. Oh, Chris, you love being for Christmas, Chris. We're going to send you a little soft toy pig from Kenzie.
Oh, yeah, we know Nixie. I'm excited.
I love the fact we actually have birthdays close together. Like, that's kind of cool. And a few weeks apart, but yeah.
Yeah, that painting there. Let me pop out the way. That is Cosmic Wave by Dale Crossley. I finally finished it last night.
It looks amazing.
But the sad thing about that is the first painting that I've actually finished all year.
We've had a busy year between health issues and sick mums, because my mum had surgery, then your mum got sick, and we've had COVID in our unit. The flu, my hives, my back. I'm falling apart. You're back. You're cold. Yeah.
It's been look at this.
Oh, who's that from?
It's a company I deal with in Australia. They are black roses. You know what I'm going to do with these?
What are you going to do with those?
I'm turning these into cover minders.
Nice. Oh, Chris, yeah, we are definitely soul twins.
Ah, yes, we are. We think alike and everything. It's dangerous.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get comfortable. I'm still twinging, but not as bad as I was. I can actually...
Yes, they will be cover minders, and if they work out okay, I'll order more. I only ordered 10.
I want one.
Of course you're going to get one, but I didn't want them because the other thing I'm going to be making, now that I've got the space to do it, pop sockets.
Ah. Oh, that's so cute.
And I've just got, there's some that I didn't want what's come on them, so I'm going to have to look to see if I can adjust it. But
I'm expecting charms. Or maybe surprises, Chris. Maybe.
I will show you what I got. Does Kenzie like those little pop?
No, she's she's got the unicorn one you sent her and she doesn't play with it at all.
Okay, I might find some. I might send it out in someone's little thing. I've got some unicorns.
Oh, they're so cute.
All different colours.
Oh.
So I'm going to use them to either do cover minders or pop sockets or both.
Oh, look, I've started my cover minder collection. I've got
now I have the room to do them. I can start making pop sockets.
missing one. Where's the other one gone? Oh, there it is.
That's okay, Stace. I'll send it to Jackie. Little paw prints.
Oh, they're so cute.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm collecting some special stuff for Libby's girls. I've got no idea what's coming. I actually have to talk to you about something too.
Okay.
Libby's girls.
It's got little macaroons, but it's got a little thing in it, but I may be able to take that out.
Oh, that's cute.
Pink and purple ones of those.
Oh, I like the pink.
Yeah, I went shopping the other night while I was on live. I got some more bumblebees.
Is there a froggy in there?
With some different coloured dinosaurs.
Oh, they're so cute.
So I'm going to I think I need to get some more magnets, which I'll order next week. But I think I've got some already here I need to check. And I'm going to be making some. Unfortunately, no, there's not a froggy one, but I'll see what I can do. I'll see what the company has got. But yeah, Stace, I'll send that to you. I think I've got some stuff to send out to you. I don't use them. It was sent as a gift.
I just dropped one of mine on the floor and I can't bend down to pick it up, so it's just going to have to stay there for now. I've got butterfly breast cancer one. I've got 2 autism ones. I've got my rainbow. There's my.
But I was looking at the roses for pop sockets.
That's my rainbow gem that you sent me.
Yeah. I think the roses are going to be too big for pop sockets. Give me a look.
And my favorite.
It might work. I'll have to look at it.
That one's my favorite.
But I might turn that into cover minders.
Good, I would. And I have my little poop. I know it's meant to be. It looks like it's me. I think it's meant to be a Hershey kiss, but it looks like a poop.
And since I've finished doing Cosmic Wave, my next thing on my desk is Tusks of Love.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'll have a look, Stace. I'll need to get my acrylic out, but I'll need to get my my resin out. I have got UV resin, so I'll have to get it out and get my Cricut out and start playing around.
Yeah. Now remember, guys, tomorrow we are going to be live again tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock because we have the wonderful TJ coming on. He's confirmed it on his site this morning. And a live, he will be coming on with Emily, and he's going to be tuning some of our pens for you. I think he's got 2 in mind. Pretty sure one is the Phoenix one, the Rebirth. And
I know what I'm hoping what the other one is, but
I think the other one might be our normal one. Our
one. Oh, and little do people are aware you've come into my life since after I created the business. This year, at the start of September, will mark 4 years that Uniquely Yours Down Under has been in existence.
And it will be it's a month for you and I.
Yep. Now it's going to be the same time we're normally on, but it'll be Saturday, which we're not normally on. So I'm actually going to be speaking to TJ and Emily about creating a special pen in celebration of the fact that the company is 4 years old.
We've survived
and
COVID.
Growing stronger.
Yeah.
Seriously, when the day that COVID become a thing, was the day I thought that Uniquely Yours was going to be no more. I really thought that COVID was going to destroy it, like it's done with a lot of businesses, but we went the other way.
We did.
Because because it was an online business, and it's only grown from there.
I am like, the way that we became partners is just surreal still, even now. Like, we just literally fell into each other's lives, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And we know that there's been a lot of hiccups at the beginning of this year, guys, and we very much value each and every one of you, and we thank you so much for your business, your friendship, your love, your support, and your patience. All of it is I'm
so grateful for the patience.
Yay, Mix. Now we just got to convince you to do a Haid. Sorry, I'm teasing. Nix will not do a Haid, but I'm just teasing her.
Nix. Okay. The thing was, Rose got a choice when I wanted her to do a round. Rose got a choice of picking 3, and you guys picked the one you wanted her to do. Me, I got a crystal round with no choice of picture, and it's green.
Are you complaining?
No, I'm not.
Did I not choose nicely? See, every time you look at it, you're going to think of Rory. Exactly, Stacey. If there were no hiccups, we would never get stronger or better. We improve every time we can.
And it's Moss Maiden by Josephine Wall. I am looking forward to do it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thanks, Amber.
I'm looking forward. I'm actually looking forward to doing it. But I'm looking forward to a lot of things. Heads up, people, we're waiting on some things to come through, but you're probably going to shoot us, but there is a new artist coming out soon.
Yes, I've got to chase her up. I haven't been in contact with her because of my back. It's kind of, and the meds I'm on at the moment, guys, I'm on like 8 different meds at the moment. They're kind of knocking me around a little bit.
And we've got to have a discussion about a certain piece of art.
Okay.
Shall we tell for what next?
Your presence, I'm assuming.
You'll know before anyone, Stacey, because it'll go through to you.
Okay, let's have a look at these messages.
Nice.
I
have not literally had time to get them up next. I've got artwork that'll be going up next week. I'm trying to get everything else done this week. I will be doing it on lives.
Chris, you know, it's part of the business family. This whole room, this whole channel, is you guys are all our family.
As soon as I know they're up next, I'll let you know. Because unfortunately this week I've also been doing a lot because Rose has been flat on her back.
Yeah. And not for a good reason.
If it had been for a good reason, she would have been off her back, believe you me.
Yes. I am it is getting better. It is still very sore. I am still very much a zombie. I sleep a lot at the moment because of the meds. I'm on 3 different. Okay. So guys, this is an example. So you guys all heard me say I had a radioactive test done a few weeks ago. What came back, I was positive, and they're thinking this is what's causing my hives. This is the second morning I've woken up with no hives since I started this regime of pills that they put me on. This is just for that. So there's 3 of those. So there's a low sec and 2 antibiotics to kill this bug that I've got. And on top of that, I have a pain med, which is an analgesic, which knocks. Jenny will tell you, I take 2 Panadol, I'm gone. I'm a zombie. I don't take pain meds.
I don't know how Panadol knocks you on your ass, woman.
It does though. You see,
that stuff's like lollies to me.
I just don't take meds that often. And then on top of it, I do take 2 regular meds, and they're hoping that with this course of regime I'm on, I can actually drop one of those. So fingers crossed. So no highs. Yeah, it's been, I actually woke up with a bit more energy this morning, even though I only had 6 hours sleep.
What makes me mad with that is it's taken one doctor after 10 months to turn around and look at it. It's one of the things that should have been looked at straight away, especially when it happened so unexpectedly.
Yeah. And it's been like it's a bug that you can catch from bodily fluid. So you can catch it from saliva, you can catch it from feces. Feces is the most common. Now, thinking about Kenzie, that bacteria is probably grown if I've not, I'm changing bums all the time. So it's something I've become a little bit more aware of since I've been diagnosed with it. So I literally am scrubbing my hands and everything like really thoroughly and then sanitizing them straight after. I mean, I always wash my hands straight after, don't get me wrong, guys, but I'm doing a little bit more of a regime to thing. Yeah, Chris, that's what I'm taking. I'm not allowed to drive a car at the moment while I'm on them. Tomorrow I've got to have my shit together because I've got 3 days to get my house cleaned up for my house inspection. Today I'm taking it a fairly easy day, but I'm up. Last night was the first night in all week that I actually set up with hubby, and we watched the new Star Trek series, or some of it, and gamed. And I had like the heat pack is amazing, guys. I have to say, Jenny, that heat pack is freaking amazing. It's on charge at the moment. 15 minutes to heat, and it lasts for a good 6 hours. I slept with it. I'm sleeping with it at night, which means I can actually get out of bed in the morning. And it's really helping. So between that and the painkillers and the antibiotics, I rattle when I walk, guys. I literally as I'm walking down the hallway.
Okay, well, I'll be on live tonight. So if you want to come in and join me and even come on, it's going to be a relaxed night. And I should be opening a parcel here.
Exciting. I know what's in it. I just realized I haven't taken my vitamins this morning.
And we will be on again in the morning to watch TJ. I can't speak. TJ turns some pens. Then we will be back on Monday. I'm then not doing any work for the rest of the weekend. I'm taking the weekend off finally. Sorry, people who need answers. They will come on Monday because I am taking hubby out for his birthday tomorrow night.
I think I'm getting a parcel in the mailbox. Yes, I am.
I take very little for my back. My back's totally screwed. There was obviously something there.
I'll be back. I'm just going to check the mailbox because I think there's a parcel in there.
Thank you, Nix. His birthday was 2 days ago. We're 2 days. This is where the thing is, he can't forget my birthday because we're 2 days apart. 2 days and 2 years apart. He's 2 years older than me. Yeah, we will be going to have a meal and then we're going to see Dave Straussman live. We are, Nix. We are.
I got 2 parcels. And a letter for Kenzie's appointments. Oh, I don't know what these are, guys. I have no idea, but we'll open them live because I'm here.
Oh, look at that. Even my bank wishes me happy birthday.
Oh. Okay, this one might be easy to open. What's in this one?
I have been wanting to see Straussman in concert for a long, long time.
Let's have a look at that. I don't know. Dear Spellcaster, I hope you'll read beautiful magic with your spell box. Wait, what? Amber,
it arrived today, not tomorrow.
Do you want me to open it now, Amber?
Ooh.
I love the little message. Dear Spellcaster, I hope you weave beautiful magic with your spell box. Where's the best of wishing, Dane? I like that. Oh,
That was a nice surprise.
it was. I'll wait to see if she wants me to open it or not. I'm not going to open it unless she says I can open it. Oh, I'm just waiting to see from Amber. Is she still here? I know. I want to see too. I'm opening up the second one because I don't know what's in this one either.
There's nothing for me because I've still got to send you stuff. I just haven't had time to do it.
I have a sneaking suspicion that this might be Charms and Roy's phone case, which isn't the one I was expecting. Amber. I think you have to wait for you. Well, I'm not opening it, so it's up to her whether I open it now or leave it for my birthday. But this one looks like it's hubby's phone case. Yes. Rory.
Nix wants to know if there's a naked man in the bag.
No. Honey. He must be out the back. So this is his. He just got a phone. We bought him a case so that he doesn't smash it. Hopefully, it's just a phone case for his phone. Yeah, your phone case has arrived. Comes in a nice, pretty black box. I'm pretty impressed. It's your phone case.
What comes in a nice pretty wet box?
Your phone case. Well, you don't. Send it back. Oh, you want me to open it now?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
That got there really quick, Amber.
You opening your wet box?
No, I got a present. Oh, which I just about dropped on the floor. I got a present from Amber. Oh, it smells nice.
Okay.
No, it's a little. Oh, tumblestones. Hey?
Not okay.
No, not cocaine, baby. All right, let's have a look. Beautiful. Oh, I got it.
It's green.
Paper's
Ah.
green. Hey, Cynthia.
Hey, Cynthia.
Oh my goodness.
It ain't easy being green.
Oh God. Okay. I'm trying to find the camera.
Oh, nice.
I got those. Just keep getting those.
Yeah, you got similar ones. Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. This is so beautiful. And a rose quartz. An onyx. Tiger's eye. Agate. The other two I'll have to look up. I don't know what the other two are, but oh my goodness. I have a crystal block here somewhere. Thank you so much, Amber. These are beautiful. They're a little bit cold, but I'll warm them up. They'll warm up really quickly. Thank you so much, beautiful. It means so much to me. One's trying to escape.
Hey, we both got something green delivered to us
We
today.
did. And I've got two more little parcels. Hematite. Yeah, it might be hematite. Yeah, I've got a crystal box here somewhere. I'll have a look with all the healing properties and stuff of them. They're beautiful, Amber. Thank you so much. So this is my Jen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And another one. I think Chris is going to like this one. I think this is the one. Yes, it is. Chris is going to like this one. So first off,
They actually come pretty quickly.
Jeremy and mine's Cynthia. My birthday's in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I only got some of them. Oh, there's another parcel I want to look.
Hey.
Pikachu.
Pikachu. And then Chris, you'll like this one. I got one to represent Chris. Oh, here, I don't know if you can see it that way. Hang on a minute. Let's see if I can turn it around in the bag. The light's glaring on it.
I can't see it. The light sucks.
Uh,
That froggy.
It's a froggy.
Pikachu. Pikachu.
Pull it out of the bag. I'll have to get rid of it. I can bring it to the camera a little bit closer. It's not focusing.
No, don't want to focus. It says
No, I know how we can do this. I have another camera that's really good at focusing on small stuff. There you go.
Oh, nice.
It's my
That's
little froggy.
nice.
He's even got a little crown on his head.
There, Amber's told you what the stones are.
Tiger's Eye, Rose Quartz, Jet, and Fuchsite. Oh, thank you, Amber. They are absolutely beautiful. I will be putting them somewhere very special.
And aventurine.
And aventurine. So yes, I've got 3 charms to add to my charm bracelet, and I still have a whole pile coming. So, do you need a copy of the invoice? Because I've got it here. If you need it. Oh, because he's a prince. So I'll have to get Roy to open my charm bracelet for me, because we all know I have trouble with it. And I will add them to my charms. The Pokemon one's literally only staying for till I get Kenzie's bracelet. It's exciting. So Jen, we both got presents today.
Presents.
Thank you so much, Amber. I love the stones. I am going to keep them close to me today and get what I can from them and warm them all up and charge them, and I'll put them up around my Scentsy burner. I love the little bag too. It's so cute.
I love you too, Nixie. Take care.
Bye, Nixie.
Box check.
What now?
I've got to do it. Chris and I do box checks. You're going to have to video call me later, Chris, because I need a box check too. Still intact.
He's checking her box.
He's checking my box.
Good on you, boy.
Mwah, Nixie. So just remember, guys, that we have the room is open pretty much 24/7. There's a link. If you go into Home of Rose Profit Creations, there is a link at the top that says please use this room. Click that post and click on the link in there to go into the room.
No, I don't know. I went into a room last night with some weirdos. Jeez,
Oh,
that
it's
was
some,
weird.
there's some weird shit that goes on in there, I tell you, but it's fun. Oh, they're warming up already, Amber.
I'll put the heater on this one.
Chris said to tell you my box is sealed tight as a drum.
Interesting.
Interesting. He said. Oh, these are beautiful. Me too, Amber. These are beautiful, which is why one of the reasons why Panadol kicks me on my ass, because I don't normally use drugs to medicate. So, oh no, they're good. They're good. Good.
No, I can take these stupid things out.
Night, Stacey.
No, Miss Sperson.
Mwah. Well, guys, it's been a great live. Fantastic. We really wish Jenny an amazing day today. Beautiful. I hope your day is.
Thank you.
And I hope Peter gives you lots of loving. And I know he's
No,
working.
Pete's asleep.
Mm.
That's what happens when your birthday falls on weekdays and you've got to freaking work. But he's off tomorrow. No, he's not asleep. Here he is.
Say hi to Auntie Chris. I'm going to sit and do some. I'll call you after, Rose. Okay, all good.
Okay, guys, I've got to go because I've got some things to do. Then I have an appointment with a hairdresser.
Oh, what color? Oh, you don't know yet, do you? You
No,
have to see me
I say to the hairdresser, surprise me. So we'll wait and see. So I will talk to you all later.
Hi there.
Bye.
Kia kaha. Bless your bums. Thank
Bye-bye.
you, everybody. It's been awesome.